The International Assassins arc is widely considered one of the best arcs in Chainsaw Man, and for good reason. This is where the story really opens up. The scale gets bigger, the conflicts get more intense, and the world expands far beyond Japan. It's also the arc that introduces some of the most powerful characters in the series. We meet Quan Chi, we're introduced to the Darkness Devil as a true primal fear, and Makima continues to prove why she's one of the most terrifying presences in the story. But in the middle of all these larger-than-life threats, one character stands out for a completely different reason: Santa Claus. She doesn't rely on flashy fights or overwhelming physical strength. Instead, she turns people into weapons, spreads herself across multiple bodies, and manipulates events from the shadows, while others dominate through raw power. Santa's strength comes from planning, contracts, and sacrifice. She's willing to give up anything, even her own humanity, if it means reaching her goal. So in this video, I'm going to break down how Santa Claus actually operates, how her abilities truly work, and why she might be the strongest character in Chainsaw Man. Not because she's the most physically powerful, but because she understands the rules of this world better than anyone else and knows exactly how to use them. Santa's introduction is quaint, as we start off in a snowy forest. An innocent fox is suddenly shot by an arrow, revealed to be by a man named Tulka. Santa asks him his feelings towards the fox multiple times, before explaining to him that their next target is Denji, a 16-year-old boy. During dinner, Santa and Tulka discuss their job, as the reward for killing Denji will allow them to retire from the business of devil hunting for good. Alone on a bench sits an old man reading a newspaper. A German soldier approaches the man and proclaims that Christmas has come early. He asks the old man to track down Chainsaw Man, and as for his reward, he asks for 4 children, 3 for contracts, and 1 for pleasure. We next see Santa when Denji and the gang are at a burger restaurant. While Power is complaining about vegetables, Santa and Tulka walk in to find a table. Santa brazenly walks past Denji, secretly pricking him 3 times with a cursed nail, explaining that the 4th stab would summon the cursed devil and instantly kill the target. The scene is followed by German Santa's appearance, wherein we see him turning average everyday Japanese people into his own personal army of dolls, exclaiming that boys and girls can't deliver presents by themselves. The hunt for Chainsaw Man begins as Makima walks through the halls of a decayed building, stating that she'll take care of more dolls while sending Beam to go help Denji and the gang. German Santa waits in the coffee shop as he directs his dolls to take them out in the department store. One by one, the dolls are fought and taken out by the devil hunters until a horde of them enters the building. From here on out, it's an all-out battle between the devil hunters, the dolls, Quan Chi, and her fiends, leading Denji to step on a cursed nail by accident, causing him to get attacked by the infamous cursed devil. It's after the scene where Santa appears and seems to take over Tulka's body, wherein she and the German Santa connect, causing German Santa to stab himself, summoning the Hell Devil with the corpse of 3 of the 4 children he requested earlier, and plunging everyone into hell. After delivering Chainsaw Man to the Darkness Devil, it gives Santa Claus a piece of itself, wherein she devours it whole. After Makima rescues everyone from hell, she and Santa have a face-off, and Makima calls upon Denji to save her. The ensuing chapters follow Denji and Quan Chi as they face off against Santa and her dolls. Santa's demise ultimately comes after the Cosmos Fiend apprehends her in her mind, causing her to use her domain expansion, Infinite Void, on her, which then causes her to understand everything in the universe, overloading her brain. So how strong is Santa Claus from Chainsaw Man? Santa Claus's strength stems from the multiple contracts she has with several powerful devils, carefully choosing contracts that complement each other. Not only that, but her instincts, intelligence, and experience allows her to be a fierce hunter, enabling her to kill any prey she chooses. The main devils she's contracted with include the Doll Devil, Cursed Devil, Hell Devil, and later on the Darkness Devil. The Doll Devil is the most significant contract showcased in the series, as it allows Santa to act as a hive mind between her perfect dolls, who are spread around the world, allowing her to have eyes on anyone no matter who or where she is. This ability also allows her to spread the rest of her senses, including pain, which she uses in her fight against Denji. She is also able to create lesser dolls that act as dummies and allow her to control a somewhat small army within a certain radius. Her other contracts also give her the ability to transport living beings into hell, as well as summoning the Cursed Devil to instantly kill any target once they've been stabbed 4 times, similarly to Aki's Nail Sword when he used it against Katana Man. When she fused with the Darkness Devil, her entire being was buffed as a result. She gained enhanced strength, speed, intelligence, and incredible regeneration, as well as in the most obvious ability, which is transformation. What makes Santa's doll ability so disturbing isn't just how useful it is in a fight, it's what it represents. Dolls are usually associated with childhood, comfort, and innocence. They're meant to be reflections of people, something you project personally and imagination onto. But Santa twists that idea into something horrific. In her hands, dolls don't represent identity, they erase it. The people she turns dolls into lose their agency, their free will, and ultimately their sense of self, becoming nothing more than extensions of her control. And this ties directly into one of Chainsaw Man's core themes, the struggle for autonomy. Throughout Chainsaw Man, characters are constantly struggling to define who they are in a world of devils, contracts, and other people's power. And other people's power try to decide that for them. Santa takes that loss of control further than anyone else. She doesn't just manipulate people emotionally like Makima, she erases them entirely, turning human beings into tools for her own plan. Even her perfect dolls, who can think and feel, aren't true individuals. They're just pieces of a larger hive mind. Their emotions don't make them independent, they make them more convincing puppets. Santa doesn't just build an army, she creates a world where identity is fragile, replaceable, and can't be taken away at any moment. That's what makes her power so terrifying, and why thematically, she's one of the darkest forces in the entire series. Santa becomes even more fascinating when you put her next to Makima. Both are built around control, but they approach it in completely different ways. Makima dominates through hierarchy, fear, and emotional manipulation, making others submit willingly and convincing them that obedience is natural. Santa skips that illusion of choice entirely. She doesn't care if anyone agrees with her, because once she turns them into dolls, their will doesn't exist anymore. Makima controls the mind. Santa controls the self. One bends people to her will, while the other erases them completely. That contrast highlights one of Chainsaw Man's core ideas. Losing your freedom doesn't always look the same, and sometimes it's happening without you even realizing you've already been someone else's tool. So, in the end, Santa Claus isn't just a powerful character in Chainsaw Man, she's a perfect example of what makes this series so compelling. Her strength doesn't come from raw power or flashy fights, it comes from control, strategy, and her willingness to sacrifice everything, including her own humanity. Through her contracts, her dolls, and her fusion with the Darkness Devil, she becomes both terrifying and thematically significant, embodying the loss of identity and the fragility of autonomy in a world ruled by devils and fear. Placing her next to Makima only reinforces how Chainsaw Man explores control in all of its forms. From manipulation to complete erasure of the self. Santa shows us that power isn't just about who hits the hardest, it's about who understands the rules of the world and uses them to their fullest advantage. And as the story continues, the International Assassins arc reminds us that the world of Chainsaw Man is only getting bigger, more dangerous, and more unpredictable. If Santa Claus is any indication, the series still has new depths of horror, strategy, and human ambition to explore, and the next arcs are going to challenge Denji and everyone else in ways that we've never seen before. Thank you for watching.